I believe when people are trying to help you with brakes on a 6970 Mustang, these drum brakes are built like every General Motors setup out there. It's basic stuff, but everybody wants to talk through and explain every little detail. And most people want to just look at it and say, how does that go? How does it go back? Well, this is that video that shows you how it goes back. So you got your emergency brake rod here, and it attaches to your rear drum shoe, which is usually longer than the front. Sometimes they're the same size, but anyway, you got most of your stopping power on this side, but you attach this arm with this little C-clamp here, C-clip, and you put it on there first, and then you basically put these brake shoes on first using these pins that go through the back, and then these coiled springs. There's a little washer here that's on the back side as well, but it's turned around the other way so that it fits the spring, not the other way around. But you put these brake shoes on first. If you've got your wheel cylinder on there, and it's just basic common sense if you've done a bunch. But this little automatic tensioner down here is one of the first thing that goes together, and then you put this, you connect the position here just like that. You're gonna poke it in this big hole. You're gonna tie the spring to it. You're gonna pull it tight and then get this spring on there. That goes in the big hole as well. That'll hold your bottom together, as you can see. You also, at the same time, or after that, you want to poke your adjusting rod inside there, pull it apart and put that in there. That helps keep tension on it. And then you're going to move up here, and this part right here, you put on the brake shoe. You just stick it on in the hole, and then you route your spring in there, and then you spin it around to where you can hook it. But before you do that, you're gonna just leave it hanging and put this cable on that goes to your tensioner. You hook it down here, bring it up here, and then pull it until you can get it behind this here and on this post. So it's pretty easy to do if you do it in this order, and keep moving your brake shoes around to give you more slack. You also want to be lining this wheel cylinder up so that these grooves go, the brake shoes go in their little grooves, or else once you get it too tight, you can't do that. You can let the brake fluid out and give you more space if need be. But yeah, you hook this cable up. Then after that, you're gonna come over here and you're gonna put your emergency brake bracket on. The spring's gonna go to the front, and you're gonna put that in the little slots there that are available that you see from the brake shoe. You're gonna pull that apart to get that on there, and it's not gonna be hard. It's just gonna be loose. But when you pull your brake shoes together, make sure these go in the slots. You know, go into the brake shoe there. So that said, then now it's time to hook your two main springs up. And to do that, you really need a brake tool, or a lot of people just use a screwdriver and put the spring on the screwdriver and then go like that until it pops on there. Just be careful, these things are under tension. But before you do that, of course, you put your little your spacer, this special piece right here, you put it on. Then you put this one on, and then you run that spring and poke it in the hole, flip it around, and you put that on. Either way, it doesn't matter. It won't change anything if you put this one on first or that one on first. So everybody says, oh, it's got to be a certain way. No, it's just fine that way. If you have any problems, you need to look online. There's YouTube videos, there are images. Go to YouTube, look under brake assembly, look at where it gives you the menu and it shows pics or images or video, and you go to pics and you'll see you'll see these brake assemblies without this hub here, without the axle in there, and you can see it really clearly how it's set up. But if you have any questions, let me know. I'll give you an answer if I catch it, and that's it. And of course, then you tighten your emergency brake cable and make sure it's, then you adjust your tensioner and you put your brake shoes on. You basically want to make sure your brake drum is actually hitting these, and then when you put your brake drum on, as long as you can turn it without it resistance, you're pretty close. You know, you can always take a screwdriver and tighten up this tensioner right here, and you want to be able to turn your drum without it pressing up against it so hard you can't turn it. If it's pressing too hard, you probably won't even get it on, but if it's loose enough to get it on, then you can try to tighten it up until there's a little more resistance. You hear the brake shoes, and then you're probably pretty good. The automatic tensioner should work doing the rest. They usually work when you back up. It causes it to take out the tension and align it more to the drum if it's working correctly. But that's about it. If you have any questions, let me know. This is pretty simple stuff. It looks complicated at first, but it's really not. Just like I said, when you don't have anything on there, you start with this e-brake. Make sure you get that e-brake. And also you got to attach it to your spring-loaded e-brake cable back here. So you'll have to do that before you hook it up. You can't do it afterwards. That's actually the first thing, is hooking it up to your e-brake cable that comes through. And then you, well, after you mount it to this right here, then you take your shoe and everything, turn it around and slip that cable in down there into the groove. This has a groove on it that'll catch that cable. Anyway, that's the beginning, and then the end is these two springs right here, and you're done. Hope this helps.